Ooh, new Grot Mist attachments dropped. CSM got one? What the hell? Nightmare Hunt. Yeah, of course they would lean into Night Lords. They are the top tier. And Blood Angels. Let's actually take a look at these real quick. So, does this live up to what you would expect Night Lords to have? Well, Battle Shock, so maybe. If an enemy unit is below its starting strength within 12, one or more Heretic Astartes units from your army, that enemy unit must take a Battle Shock. This is literally... Chaos Knights have to build to this. They just get it. Enemy units affected by this detachment rule do not need to take any other Battle Shock tests in the same phase. Each time a Heretic Astartes model from your army makes an attack that targets a unit below half strength, add 1 to the hit roll. Each time an attack targets a Heretic Astartes unit from your army, if the attacking model is Battle Shock, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Each time a Heretic Astartes model from your army makes an attack that targets a Battle Shock unit, add 1 to the wound roll. So, Chaos Knights start at -1. Okay? They start at -1 for Battle Shock. They have to add the starting strength, the below starting strength to force it. They then have to add the inches to their aura to get to 12. They then have to add +1 to the wound rolls against Battle Shock units. And then they only get -1 to hit outside of 18, which is okay. It's different, but like that's for shooting only. So like this is universal. That is crazy that these guys get like a better packed in benefit. I mean, so Heretic Astartes also includes tanks. It's not just people. I think Heretic Astartes is quite literally the Chaos Space Marine keyword. So, like, a Rhino is Heretic Astartes. Let me double check. Let me check Land Raider. Yeah, faction keyword, Heretic Astartes. So you have a Land Raider sitting somewhere. It has a 12-inch aura of below starting equal Battle Shock on fail, +1 wound, -1 hit if it's below half. Okay, so you time, and then +1 to hit for you. Or no, -1 to hit if you're below half. Or -1 to hit if you're Battle Shock. +1 to hit if you're below half. You don't even need to be Battle Shocked for this. You just get +1 to hit below half. God damn, bro. This is a detachment. Chaos Lord model only. Models in the bearer's unit of stealth. Okay. While the bearer unit is within range of 1 or more objective. So this is like hardcore too. And it's 18-inch lone op. So you get stealth normal for everyone. And 18-inch lone op for the squad if you're on an objective. That's really good. At the end of your opponent's fight phase of the bearer unit is not within engagement range of 1 or more enemy units. You can remove the bearer's unit and uppy downy. For Jump Pack Lord, they want you to start using the Jump Pack Lord. It's the whole unit, so it'll be Raptors with it, or whatever he can go in. And it's not once per game. It's constant uppy downy. God damn, bro. Models only. At the start of the fight phase, each enemy unit within engagement range of the bearer must take a Battle Shock test, subtracting 1 from the result. So this is like that passive defense to try to force someone to take a Battle Shock at -1 yet again. Just to see if this triggers. Like all this. Models in the bearer's unit of Scout 6. The bearer can be attached to Warp Talons unit. Oh, so this just so Warp Talons aren't normal for the Jump Pack Lord to connect to, but this makes it possible with Scout 6 built in. That's... God damn, dude. This is a detachment right here. This is so good. It's not been selected. Shoot or fight. Increase armor pen in either shooting or fighting, but only battle shocked and or below half. So there's 2 stages. You get battle shocked at full or below half for secondary. That's a decent limiter. Till the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack that's either battle shocked or below half, you get to reroll hit rolls. Also good. These are mostly on infantry, so no real tank benefits. That's fine. Heretic Astartes unit. Each enemy unit within 6 inches of invisible to your unit must take a... Just forced 6-inch battle shocks outside of monsters and vehicles. But you have to destroy a unit. Okay. God, it's just non-stop battle shocking. Till the end of the phase, your unit is eligible to declare a charge in the turn in which it advanced. So you have a 2-tier. You have the advance and do stuff, advance and charge, or fall back and charge. You can go between either. That way you don't have... That's actually really good. I mean, it's costly. So you're going to want whatever lords reduce command point costs. But you could have 1 squad advance and then 1 squad fall back, and then you can just charge with 2 squads in that same turn. That's pretty good. 12 inches visible to your unit. So arriving from reserve. So that uppy downy squad is basically just spam 1 command point 12-inch battle shocks at -1. Dude. Oh, and the Nemesis Claw. I think these were already here though. This is the kill team that's turned into the actual team here. And then they just shut down enemy stratagems. That's crazy. 13 below starting strength, add 1. And these already get the +1 to hit rolls. They get below starting, and then below half is +1. They don't need to. They did not need to improve the selling of these kits. To be clear, every store that I have local to me usually gets 2 in every couple weeks, and then they're gone instantly. This is one of the best kill team kits for general 40k sale. People don't play Nemesis Claw local to me as like kill teams, but when you go to like a casual 40k game, one of them will put down an army of mostly this. Like, these are all over the place. Even if they're not Nemesis Claw, they're Legionary. And they just, that's how they roll it, and it's so cool. But yeah, this detachment is insane. All of this, good. All of this, good. Most of all of this, pretty good, although it's like one of those weird things, because it's constant forced battle shocks. Like, you're going to have to be in a constant state of basically like, end of my shoot phase, everything on your side takes a battle shock. End of my fight phase, everything on your side takes a bat. Like, you have to be in a constant state of forced battle shocks. You're going to, if there's stuff that can increase the minus, like Demon Allies or something, like what would you take here? I think you would take, no, blues are the best thing to take because it's a 6-inch -1, but that's not good. I don't know if I'd do that. Other one though. Boop. Oh, forgot to turn on the music for everyone on Twitch. We'll do that in a second. This is my buddy's detachment. Or rather, something my buddy can play, maybe. From your army makes a melee attack. Reroll a wound roll of 1. That's not bad. Each time an adept Astartes unit from your army is selected to fight, if that unit made a charge move this turn, till the end of the phase, add 1 to the attack's characteristics of melee weapons equipped by models in that unit. If your unit's battle shocked, add 2. What? Damn, this is like the straight counter. Oh yeah, I'm battle shocked. Add 2 to the attack's when a negative becomes a positive. Your army can include Blood Angels units, but it cannot include Adeptus Astartes from any other chapter. This gives them Scout 6 for a Chaplain squad. I don't think he runs a Chaplain. Throughout the start of the fight phase, the bearer can use this enhancement if it does until the end of the phase model. Oh, dude. Dude, Blood Angels with guaranteed fight first? Dude. For the full team? That's wild. While a friendly Death Company unit is within 6, add 1 to the strength. I mean, maybe. He runs a lot of Death Company. I don't know if it'll be viable, though. This, though. Sustain 2? Each time this bearer makes... Oh. Oh. I mean, I wonder what champion you give this to. It's going to have to be someone with a lot of base attacks that are decent. It's like one of the objective markers. So, sticky on command point, but you could still use the models that make sticky. So, it's not that big of a deal. Ooh, no, this is a backup plan sticky, and it's only for Blood Angels units, which, I mean, I guess everything you have is. But if you're sitting on a point with something and I shoot you off of the point, you can spend a command point. So, the tournament I went to yesterday, one of the people that went is a World Leaders player, and he beat his first opponent, because I think he has a command point that allows a point to become sticky if one of his units die on it, or something dies on it. I can't remember. But I think he won literally because of this. Because he got tabled in the last turn, but he won by 2 points because he still had the objective at the end. Because everyone was done moving. They were off points. And he stickied all the points that they weren't on. And then, like, he had no one on the field, but he still had control of points. And I think he drew a card or something that was, like... I think he got like endgame defend stronghold when they didn't have his home base, and then like endgame extend battle lines or something. So without a unit on the field, he was able to achieve that stuff. It's crazy. Opponent shooting phase, fight phase, just after enemy selected as targets. Till the end of phase each time an attacker. Oh, AOC. Yep, AOC. Classic. Opponent shooting phase. Just after an enemy selected its target, 1 Death Company unit from your army that was selected. Oh, Feel No Pain 5. Just in general, not on mortal trigger. Nice. Nice. Select either the strength or armor penetration characteristic of a melee weapon equipped by model in your unit. Till the end of that phase, add 1. That's pretty cool. You can instead choose for your unit to give it to the Red Thirst. If it does, it becomes battle shocked, which... Ta-da! But the effects of the stratagem still apply to it. Until the end of the phase, add 1 strength and 1 armor pen. So you give into the Thirst, which gives you whatever bonus you get. You're forced into battle shock, giving you +2 to your attacks. What the hell, man? 1 Death Company unit from your army that was selected as a target of 1 or more attacking units. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit is destroyed, it's model. So fight on death. Oh, is it guaranteed? It's guaranteed! This is guaranteed fight on death, not a roll. Just straight guaranteed. Oh, it's 2. I mean, if you're generating command points and not burning them that much, this is sick. I don't know, it could be fun. I don't know the combos beyond like this into this. And then this. Like, this is an annoying detachment against Chaos Knights. Because it's like, hi, your battle... Oh. Like, it's not a good thing. Yeah, and Nids. Nids do the Shadow and the Warp. Half your army gets +2 to their attacks. Till the end of the turn, your unit is eligible to either shoot or declare a charge. Yeah, this is just basic. I like the Nemesis Claw. I like the frickin' Night Lords one a lot. Because the Night Lords one is just full tilt. It's the Chaos Knights rules, but all at once. And then a lot of good skirmishing and uppy downy. Like, that's really cool. This one I enjoy, but yeah, I think this is definitely a 4v4 detachment. This is a detachment you take into a team's like full-on 4v4 game. That way, someone's like, I'm Knights, and you're like, cool, I'm going into that guy, or Chaos Knights. Or, I'm Tyranids, I'm going into that guy. Oh, I'm playing the Night Lords detachment. Cool, I'm going into you with my Rage-Cursed Onslaught. Enjoy battle shocking me all the time, and then I just shred you. pretty decent. But we got work to do. So your strength and damage output on your jump pack troops is pretty good into specifically Chaos Knights. But the Chaos Knights force battle shocks at minuses. And then you can increase it. So that's the whole point of Knights, is to sort of force the enemy team to not be able to capture points. But for you to gain power based off of that is pretty good. You should be able to like single squad kill a big Knight. Which I went into a Knights player at the tournament. And yeah, my list isn't good. I saw someone playing... Yeah, well, Strength 8 is fine. Strength 8 isn't the best, but like the quantity of attacks, and I think you can increase. Yeah. So your base strength is 8. You send a squad in of your Death Company, force them into Battle Shock for the +2, and then another strength in AP. So you're base killing dogs and Helverins with this, and getting your bonus attacks without even needing the Battle Shock. If you can get 10, this takes you to 11, which is 4s to wound big Knights. Most big Knights. But I saw a list of someone who did a little bit better than me at Carnival at this tournament. I have no idea how they won. None. Or not didn't win, but outpaced me. But we can get into that here in a second. Music activate. Specifically for Twitch people. So your 3 goes to 5 because your battle shooketh. What the hell just happened? I got them for a deal because the person I bought them from was like, these have been sitting in my basement forever. I actually had to wash them off. They were covered in dust. I'm 3 away from max, like the maximum amount. And awesomely, he didn't do flight stands. He did the actual bases, which is how I do them. Because I put the sand stuff underneath them. Let me see if I can find the list of the guy that ran better at the tournament, because I don't understand it. I'm guessing they just put him into teams that like he was better aligned against. They hit me into Death Guard turn 1. I couldn't do crap. I'm not doing crap into Death Guard. But I'm starting, I've been thinking about it all last night, and I've started to see like in my head why it kind of works, specifically to the meta as opposed to take all comers. Like local meta is like Death Guard, Knights, big durable units that are just annoying, right? Like that's it. So the game's really lethal. How do you counter really lethal? Figure out a way to be stronger than lethality. And that's it. So I was like sitting around thinking about that for a while. And that's where I started thinking about this guy's list as a whole, because it sucks. It does. And he played it, and I guess it worked. So what he's running, he's running a single DP with wings with Warp Walker. This guarantees that the DP with wings has a 20-inch advance. And that's it. Like, you just go 20 inches. He's running Lucius. Those are his only HQs. So he's running Carnival, which the whole concept of it is giving people with Sustain 1 sustains on 5s, and then giving units that would be better with Sustain 1 the access to it. So that's like how it works. So he has 3 squads Demonettes. That's what I'm rocking. He has 2 squads Tormentors. I have access to that. I was only running 1 though, which that hurt a little bit. He has a Chaos Land Raider, which I guess it gets sustained on its main guns and then sustain on 5 on its heavy bolter. I guess that's fine. But he's also running 1 full-size squad of Flawless Blades, which I'm guessing Lucius goes into, unless he wants him in one of the 2 small Flawless Blades squads. Now, everyone and their mom is like, yo, Flawless Blades suck, bro. And I'm inclined to agree. But in the current meta, they are tougher than my average Marine. Like, my average Marine squad, like, in fractors and stuff, just dies to bolt gunfire. Are you working out right now, bro? I mean, you can swap over to Twitch. I got, like, music running. But, so, and then on top of that, the thing I kept running into was like, oh boy, Death Guard. Now everything is like T7 and I'm Strength 4. Hoping for my lethal hits to punch up. What's that? I did 1 wound to a Terminator and I picked up my squad. Cool. That was awesome. This is where Flawless Blades shine by going, what's your toughness? Ooh, it's slightly more than my strength. I'm going to activate my ability and wound you on 3s. And like, I'm guessing that's the way to do it. Like, it's not a good list generally. It's a good list meta. Like, that's all you're focusing on here is, I'm going to go to this tournament. Everyone's playing Knights and Death Guard and big durable squads. I'm going to go the thing that can kill it pretty quickly. And then he has 3 squads Noise Marines, which the Noise Marines, man, I did not have a good time with them. Like, he has 3 squads. They only get sustain on 1 because they don't have cacophonists. Which, it's whatever. But, like, I was shooting at... It took me 3 rounds of shooting with 2 squads with sustain 5s and cacophonous leaders. And grenades to kill 2 Lance Knights. Took me 3 rounds. In those 3 rounds, my Demon Princes were all dead. Lucius, or Fulgrim was dead. All of it. Like, I just couldn't stop it. It was just like, they're beating him down. I finally killed both, and I was at like 30 points for the game. Like, it sucked. No, yeah, and it can be, and it's, but like at the same time, it's like, yeah, I get this. I understand this. And he has 1 squad of Seekers. Which, I can get a squad of Seekers. I've been thinking about it. They're cheaper than the frickin' Demonettes. So you can kind of add them in. They have better movement and better screening potential because their bases are huge. They have a Scout 9 as well. That's insane. But yeah, he built this list to beat specific, like most of, or a good chunk of the list at this tournament, and it works for the tournament. And let me check placings. I think he won 2 and lost 1. Oh no. Okay, so he beat me because he had a slightly better score in game 2 than I did. He had the same, yeah, he had the same outcome as me. But he had, I think, 2 more points in the final game than I did. And then he had a slightly better score. Because that was when I went into Knights, and it was like, I got 30 points, he got 40. And then my first game, I think I got 60? No, yeah, he got 2 more points than I did. So he literally got, yeah, it's kind of matchups, and he got, in total, in score out of the 3 games, 6 more points than I did. And that's why he got above me. Let me see if I can find his matchups. It's crazy to think that that lasted like that. In my head, I see that thing, that his army dying like right away. Yeah, I gotta look at it. Let me see if it's a drop down that'll show me or not. Nope. All right, pairings. Gotta look for his name now. Oh, I can just search. This app kind of sucks, but it kind of doesn't. He went into Chaos Knights. That was where he won. And I think that's the guy that I lost to. Despoiler. No, this is the other guy. This is the triple despoiler guy. He beat a triple despoiler list with this. And triple despoiler freaking Infernal Lance is horrifying right now. He beat him by a lot, too. Chris Ward. I know you watch games occasionally, Ran. Chris Ward is the #1 Chaos Knights player in the world right now. This was at this tournament. God damn it. He lost to him pretty bad, 71-40. And then his first match was into the Custodes player, who was actually shredding people pretty easily. This was the Custodes list, I think, that you run, because it had the double frickin' las cannon frickin' build and everything. All right, let's get to building. We got a couple things to do. Ugh. These guys are mostly done. I'm gonna have to tape their bases, the actual little standee. They were pre-built too, so I don't have to build them. It's kind of awesome. Let me take it. I can check his list. They let you. You can see lists if you pay, but if you're also part of the event, you can just see a list. Calls it Pink Pony Club. Lions of the Emperor. 2 Blade Champs, a Shield Captain, and a Laris. A Shield Captain on Dawn Eagle. He went jet bikes. 2 Custode Guard squads by 5 by. Alaris Custodians, 3 by. Caladius Grab Tank, Prosecutors. This is a 4 by squad. Prosecutors, another 4 by squad. Venatari Custodians, that's a 3 by squad. Virtus Praetors, that's 2 by. And Witch Seekers, that's a 4 by. That was his army. So I've been over time. Oh, they are the same size. I don't need to care. Oh, well, I already magnetized the other ones. So I've been trying to find a way to get 2 more Demon Princes with Wings for my Thousand Suns collection. And in my history of playing the game, I don't really like buying the same model over and over and over again. That's why my Emperor's Children Demon Princes with Wings are all conversions. But I've been trying to figure out a really cool model to take for the Thousand Suns as the alternate. Behold, the Morghasts. In body, they are the same size as a Demon Prince with wings. The problem is that their wings go back. So my goal, which seems to be quite easy, I'll just have to shave a little bit of the plastic down, is to make the wings go out. And then we put them on these bases. They have cool little flight things, but I think they come from the wings. Oh, they do come from the wings. I might not be able to easily shave them off and then put them on a stone. I can still put them on a stone, maybe. But yeah, we're going to use these. These are going to be my 2 alternate version Demon Princes with Wings. And if the armor plating is separate, which it is, we're going to leave the armor plating off of the build. And I'm going to paint them separately to actually be like gold and then my colors of my team for my Demon Prince. And the bodies of these are going to be painted to be energy. Like they're like a casted spell by my actual Demon Prince with Wings. Like he casts some kind of like mirror image thing. And then they're going to just go for it. Right? Like I'm going to have all 3 of them. The actual Demon Prince with Wings is usually going to be the one with the Noctilith crown that gives him the +1 to wounds no matter where he is. And then these 2 will just be like regular. These are Morghasts, Archai. And that's how we're going to roll with my Demon Princes. And because I hated my conversions of my Sektar robots, 1. Jesus. And then 2. I only think I need 4, because I'm either going to go 1 big squad of 4 or 2 small squads of 2. But they are one of the only ways I can get infiltrate on a unit on the field. for 1,000 Suns when I'm not playing Phalanx. So mechanically, they're good to just like set up in certain areas on the field, cover some zones. So yeah, that's what we have to build. And I don't know if you guys saw the thumbnail. People liked my my Fulgrim paint job so much. They got this big ass 3D printed hammer. Like, I have a picture on my socials. You guys can see it there. It is crazy though. It is huge. Felt a little weird though because the person who was judging was someone from my store. So it's like internally I was like, is it okay that he picked me? Like, imposter syndrome for real. Well, let's get these Morkais built. I might, after I build them, build up tactical rocks for them to be kind of standing on. That way they at least feel a little different. And then I think we need to look through my bits boxes to find some cool Tzeentch heraldry. I think we'll do one with spear and then one with blades. And then we're going to build all the robots. We might magnetize. If not, we might just go flamers and call it a day. Because honestly, there's no reason to put meltas on them anymore since the Terminator Sorcerer Lord cannot mark things for +1 to hit anymore, which means your 4-up to hit melta guns that are all single shot are garbage. What's up, Potato and Steeljack? Yeah, we're prepping so much stuff to paint. We're gonna have a crazy week this next week. I feel like it. Alright, there's 5. This is an AOS model being built for 40k. The kill team stuff is set aside so I can get these set up. Because we're still working on my Raptors. We finished up my buddy's Canoptic Circle. So that was pretty good. Oh no. Oh no. All the parts are just going to be on different sprues for every moment of this build. But yeah, it was a decent 40k tournament. Again, always weird to see a small local tournament have a top in the world player playing at it. But such is the area we live in. What's up, Peacock? Oh, we got a data slate coming up, Ariath. We are working today, Peacock, on my alternative winged demon princes for my 1,000 Suns. We're using Morghasts as the base because they're the same freaking size as a demon prince, according to the mini size comparison site that I use. And they do look really cool. But yeah, the crazy part about going to these tournaments with the top players, I don't know who's familiar with this, but a lot of the high-end players in like the 40K competitive brackets tend to get information from Games Workshop ahead of time. Not necessarily full-blown information, but usually like hints and stuff. Usually from people working at the conventions or the tournaments or something else about upcoming balanced data slates. So a lot of these people who were there were talking about stuff. And some of the things they were saying were quite crazy. No, yeah, Peacock. Always good to get 2 for 1. Haven't heard much about Nids and Necrons, but one of the guys I was playing with, I was bringing up the fact that I love Tzeentch Demons. So he was like, yo, you play Scintillating? I was like, yeah, I've played Scintillating. Alright, man. But I was like, yeah, I play Scintillating. And he was like, dude, keep an eye out for the data slate. I was like, what are you talking about? And apparently what he heard from his group was that the Lords of Change are about to get a pretty serious buff because they want Tzeentch Demons to work as an army and not just be like weird, right? Like Tzeentch Demons right now are just generally weird in terms of their power output and what you need to do to be okay with them. And the Demon Princes or the Lords of Change themselves are like big super like crazy casters who hit less hard than like one plasma cannon. It's not good. So supposedly the word is that at the very least what's changing about them is they're getting flat 3 damage. And that's like the one thing he was talking about to me. Because we were talking about the types of units you go. And he was like, oh yeah, you have to go like all Screamers. I was like, yeah, I get that. But personally, I want to go all... I want to go like 2 Soul Grinders. But I haven't bought them because I was worried they weren't going to be a thing anymore. He was like, yeah, you don't need them. But like most people just lean into like tons of blues and pinks and then Screamers. I was like, yeah, I get that. But watching a game where someone had 2 Soul Grinders sit on objectives and then just like shred enemies, all the while being completely safe about being charged, because if you charge a Soul Grinder in Scintillating, it'll just uppy downy because they can uppy downy from melee. Good luck. Flamers do need to be buffed. I do agree there. Because at this point, I think Flamers either need to be buffed or they need their points reduced so much that they just become your mechanics units. Because that's what I use them as now. Oh, there was also a raffle. This place was cool. It was about 15 minutes further out than the farthest place that I usually go to tournament. So I might keep going. They're apparently going to be doing a GT at that store. I think January. But it is a 3-day GT or a 2-day if you're not going to be in the top 10. Which it would be a 2-day for me. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. I was pretty burned out today. So. Oh, I scored poorly. I mean, I scored what you would expect a carnival list to score. I wasn't the best carnival list there, but I was off by like 4 points. So I went 1 and 2. But my Fulgrim won the best painted. I tried putting the trophy I got for that under this camera, but it's too big. So you're going to have to check socials or Discord for it. Because it is a full-blown, completely gold power mall. How the hell does this go in? They definitely want it to go this way. Does it like snap in? Oh no. Ah, stupid stand. Favorite army to play. It kind of sucks because it is Emperor's Children. Because the highs are really high in that army and the lows are really low. But I honestly do think when I get these guys built, I think either my Hex Warp Thrallband for 1,000 Suns or my Warpforge Thrallband, or my Warpforge 1,000 Suns detachment is going to kind of be one of my favorites. Oh, you saw the Blood Angels detachment? We were talking about it earlier. We were talking about the Night Lords one earlier too. Night Lords looks crazy. But the Blood Angels detachment is, we were talking to my buddy about it. It's kind of a side grade to an already existing detachment, but it seems pretty decent. It's not like the worst. Supposedly, and again, this is from, yeah, the guard one's crazy. But again, supposedly, and this is from the group of people I was talking to, one of the detachments coming out should be Emperor's Children. But, I don't know. I mean, what are we at? We're at 3 of 5 or 4 of 5? Ugh. Or are they just tracking days? Warhammer community. Oh, day 6. A Fulgrim detachment? You don't say. Ears completely perked. Supposedly 1,000 Suns are getting left out because they do already have a Grotmus, which I'm okay with. And it sounds like a lot of like competitive players are starting to recognize that the Grotmus detachment for 1,000 Suns is actually pretty strong. So that's pretty good. I do Dude, this is like a puzzle of a riddle. How the hell do you put this all together? Oh my god. So this is meant not to connect anything. It's meant to hang straight down. There it is. That's the hold. They have a couple character heavy ones, I thought. Like, Chosen was character heavy, although Chosen's not great. Like, looking at all the Chosen rules, you're like, oh, that's kind of interesting, but then you realize it's probably best to just have one character in it so that you don't have him lose the buff occasionally. And then you just hope that he survives and does a lot of good work. Because, like, everything else built into that army kind of sucks. $11 and 48. It'll be cool to see, though. And then I'll probably set up a game at the store so I can try it. And I'll put Fulgrim on the table, and they'll be like, yo, why is Fulgrim here? I'll be like, here you go. Time to find out. If it's just character heavy, though, it'll probably end up being like a Lucius one. Like, honestly, Lucius is just nice. Go for it. It's gonna be like Fulgrim's kids. I hate finding these parts because they're all over the place. Like, this one has 10 and 12. I need 11. Is this a chest plate? I need to make sure this isn't a chest plate. No, not a chest plate. Needing to fit more games in is the reason why I don't make enough videos, honestly. And again, I've talked about it before. I think like people like Bricky have talked about this, where like you want to make videos and you have to be on a cycle of making videos consistently. I mean, you guys see how many Valorant videos come out and stuff. And because of that, you sort of like lose the game you enjoy. And it's such a weird concept to me. Of like putting all this effort into like keep up with the information only to lose the ability to just like every day be like, I'm gonna go play a game. At the very least, though, with like War Games Live, at least he gets to like cast games, and then it seems like when he arrives in towns, usually people who know him from the stream will like show up and they'll play a game to test the stream stuff. So at least they get like a little bit of fun in. I think it could be both cool and bad for me to like body cam up and then either stream or record 4 videos. Okay, these guys are actually kind of hard to put together. I'm going to assume this way. I think I see it. I see the idea. So what's it going to be? Or what's leaked about that? Is it character driven, or is it like you want Fulgrim, you want Flawless Blades, and somehow that works together? I swear to God, if it's like the ability that the hero has becomes an aura. Oh. I'll take it. Everyone in army -1 to hit. Everyone in army fights first. Alexa, play Despacito. Honestly, that's the thing they need to do to make Fulgrim like worth the points, is just actually be like, all right, fine, he has a 9-inch aura. The ability to just shift over to fights first and be like, yeah, charge me. Charge all these infractors / flawless blades. I was hoping to get to the Sectar robots today. I'm starting to feel like we're not going to. I gotta build 2 of these. I feel like if I do this any faster, I'm going to probably summon like a Cenobite. Like, this is crazy. What the hell? Just pop in, please. Everything about you is set up properly. Did I do the wrong side? No. This is right. Oh. Oh, found it. Yep, so far it's been hell. The GSC trucks have prepared me for this. 9 and 45. I feel like once I get these done, I am probably going to like hyper focus on Thousand Suns. Because then I have all the tool sets that I've been thinking I need to like build worthwhile lists. The triple DP with wings hex warp list. Pretty much any of the warp forge list. I think the Warp Forge, though. Warp Forge tends to only get, like... I want to say they're at a 40% win rate. Because it is kind of just like a reactionary thing. You hope your tanks are durable enough to survive whatever the reverse onslaught is. And jailing is so... key for the modern meta in 40k that like yeah, you can just jail my tanks, bro. Actually, I think I lost a Demon Prince to Desperate Escape. He had 2 wounds left, so it wasn't like the worst. I also need to look up Coteries rules real quick. The one Knights player I played against was like, oh, you just call 0 and you'll get points on it. And I was like, I think it explicitly said you'll call 0. You can call 0 to not take damage. If you get 1, you won't get, like, the points. Because you have to, like, call to a number or something. Or rather, the number you call is what you'll get if you get it. So if I get like 3 when I called 0, I get 0. At least that's how I understood it. Pledge a number. Representing how many enemies you'll be destroyed. At the end of the battle round, if the number of enemy units destroyed that battle round is greater than or equal to your pledge, you gain a number of pack points equal to your pledge. Yeah, so he said like, oh, you just call 0 and you can get 1. And it's like, no. You don't understand. You pledge 0, you get 0. JW, the one guy that like plays competitively, he's gonna try the Reaper's Gambit detachment, but he's not gonna play it with a solo Harlequin. He's gonna try to build it as an actual like chunk list and see how he can make it work. That's gonna be interesting. But yeah, Harlequin detachment's probably gonna be like Sag. 35, 33. He's gonna try 3 different GSC lists to see what he likes before he starts going into like the GT tournament schedule that he usually does every year. I think he's gonna settle on final day. But he also said he was probably gonna be kind of interested in the GSC guardsman combo. So there's some odd stuff in there you can do. Because he was letting me, he was like, yeah, then I'm going to go Drakari. And I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, no. I'm going the half Harlequin, half Drakari thing. And I'm actually going to build it around more than just one Harlequin. I was like, oh. That'll be odd to experience. He did play a guy, though, who's doing really well with Space Marines because he's just doing, like, triple Victrix and stuff. And the guy's a little weird. He's part of, like, a bigger team. And I guess he, like, sells coaching. Like, you can pay for him to coach you in 40K. But, like, most of the people there that played him were like, he made a lot of mistakes. Like, a lot of tactical errors that are pretty simple. So it felt more like he was doing good just because the units he was taking were really good units. Because Victrixes are insane right now, apparently. But it was, like, awkward. Because the place we went, he signed up for, like, 6 different events there. And he's not shown up to, like, all of them up until recently. Like, he just bails. And for a lot of people that played him, they were like... He had the kind of attitude of, like... Well, this is going to be an easy game for me. And then at the end of every round, he would be like, by the way, here's my information. I do sell coaching sessions. And then he'd, like, wander off. He had that, like, pure attitude of, like, this was always meant to be. Is this supposed to snap in further? I mean, the tail's supposed to go in here. 100%. No, he was selling coaching. He had his team jersey on and everything. He was ready to go. Ready to get people's money. Like, he almost lost to 2 people in there. He's fighting for his life against people who, some people who don't even actually do GTs. So Jack's thinking the Death Guard, huh? Dirty Jack and the Dirty Death Guard? Oh, dude, it sounds lonely as hell. I mean, I'm all about letting people know fun things that they could maybe do in Kill Team, but I'm not going to be like, by the way, $50 an hour for me to tell you about Kill Team. Like, what? I am hoping this hip joint is where it needs to be. The tail's lined up, so like, I'm guessing it is. But it's not, like, it doesn't go seamless on the front. Like, none of the glue is connecting to anything on the inside of this. I mean, if he's not looking for something super expensive, he just needs to stay away from the whatever the Poxwalker detachment is. Although that would be hilarious for us to play a 2v2 1,000 point each game with him rocking like 5 Poxwalker, 6 Poxwalker squads full size and just throwing them in the middle. Do it! The ultimate Dirty Jack. Dirty Death Guard list. Alright, 30 and 29. Just has that and Typhus. Typhus sitting in one squad. But yeah, there's the demon detachment list that people usually run with Death Guard is, I want to say, 3 Great Unclean Ones, Rodigus, and then like 3 Demon Princes. And then there's only like whatever little extra things you take beyond that. That's that whole army. It's so ridiculous. I don't even know if you can get to Rodigus. And if we're at 1k points, it's basically like 1 Greater Demon, 1 Demon Prince, and then some people. But the Greater Demon does get to point at things and further reduce its toughness. You get 3 of them in a row standing next to a tank, and you just drop a tank's toughness by 4. Just run in. I kind of hate it though, because like the Thousand Suns had options as well that were dumb funny, and then all of our dumb funny options got nerfed, and I was like, oh, that sucks. It's gonna suck when that happens to Death Guard too, and then it didn't, and I was just like, oh, like you have that moment of just like, ah, shit. Because I was ready to hop into the local Discord and be like, to all my Death Guard brethren, we are in this together. We'll make it through to the other end. Our day will return. But no, they were fine. They were good. Like, I'd believe that if they didn't give us good stuff, like, right off the rip. Like, if the Codex came out and it was just like, this is garbage, I'd be like, oh, okay. Maybe I'll figure something out, but, you know, at least we're going into it knowing. And instead they were like, yo, this is really good. Oh, sweet. We get to experience awesomeness. Well, hopefully the data slate fixes stuff. Fingers crossed. Highly doubt it. I think they're completely cool with where they have us. I am super happy this tournament was at 11 o'clock to start. I don't care that it ended at like 10. I'm fine driving home late at night. Like, there's no traffic. I almost took them up on going to Applebee's afterwards. Get them Applebee's. But if they were like, yeah, we're starting at 9 a.m. sharp, I'd be like, good luck then. No. I will not be going to your tournament. I will not be waking up that early. For 3 rounds of me getting stomped into the curb. Get some of my sealer out. I'm gonna work on helping out some of these gaps. I guess these are older models. These gaps are getting a little crazy. 25, 26. I think I'm one of like 2 people in the area who have a fully finished and painted Fulgrim. So if this next detachment is actually like, hey, you should go grab your Fulgrim. That'll be sweet. The question is whether or not it's like, now you need to buy freaking 40 infractors. It's like, ah. Hit people with that pink tide. I'm not gonna lie, I do think Pink Tide might be like the way to go. Peerless Bladesman, Pink Tide. It's way too many attacks that you can just give lethal on charge. You don't even need Exaltants in the squads. You just go with big 10-man units. Charge in, make sure all the bases can get within range, activate lethal, just go. Maybe we go live in the week when the data slate drops. Just do a little live go over of it. Can't wait to scroll down to the Thousand Sun section and see nothing changed. Oh, it'll be so good. We like them where they are. Yeah, this is the size of a Demon Prince body. Straight up. My idea, I have a bunch of like workers putty, like the thick stuff that you can't really detail that well. I was gonna try to build a stone that looks like he can stand on it, and then we build it to the height that puts it here, and then maybe if the wings have that energy coming off of it, I can either remove it so that he does look like he's kind of perched on a stone like all the normal Demon Princes, or maybe figure something else out. But yeah, the detail on these is just so cool. In another life, I probably would have only played AOS and then played Ozark Bone Reapers. What do we think, chat? Do we want him to be a spear wielder or a dual sword wielder? He's 100% going to have armor and not bone. Thinking spear? Do we make them both spear or do we swap it up? That way I've got like one that I could be like, that one has a different upgrade. Ooh, oh no, 1 for 1. So this is, are the poses different? So we're doing this one with the leg up. Do we want that one to be the spear and then the one that's kind of double perched to be the sword, or do we want it in reverse? I do think I'm going to do the giant headdress, and the headdress is probably going to be done separately so we can paint it to look like Thousand Suns. So the shoulders and chest plate I'm not putting on right away, since we need to K-Suns those up with gold. Oh my god, you're building a Harridan? Which one was the Harridan? The Harridan was the bird, right? One of the people at the local store that we play at has a Harridan. Oh, nice. Yeah, he has the Harridan. He has a Harridan, and then he has the Bio Titan, the one that like has 4 giant legs. He had to, I think he said he had to unbend most of the legs because they are super thin. And if you ever see this model, like, it's resin, so it weighs a ton, and the middle section is like 30 pounds, and then there's these 4 super thin legs that hold it above in the air. I would not. I would probably go through like tireless effort to try to figure out if I could like steel core reinforce the legs. But yeah, he's got a Harridan. He's got one of those. He's got pretty much every possible combination of Tyranid model, like all of it. It's like, that's his 100% collection. And him and another guy, they use, I think I've talked about this like a day ago or something, 2 days ago. They'll go to a store. They'll set this up for a weekend, and they pre-plan it pretty heavily. They talk to the store owner, all that stuff. And they'll go to the store specifically to play, I think it's like a 5,000 point game or like a 6,000 point game, and they do it over the course of like 2 days. They kind of push all the tables together, so they just have this massive map. There's no mission. And then yeah, they just beat each other down until one of them dies. Or I think they just count points for how much you've killed. And that's how you win. So what are we thinking? I'm liking the idea of spear for this one, and then maybe swords for the one that's full squat. Because again, I'm going to try to put them up on some stone. I feel like full squat double sword feels like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle almost. The classic Leonardo pose. That's good. Got into the college you wanted to go to? Sweet. What color are you going for with the hair done? You gonna paint it? You pre-wash all the parts? No. We actually have sectars now. So this was the original conversion idea for the sectars. Ghosts to represent the missiles. And I still kind of like the idea. I just don't like my end game for like the shoulder mount flamethrower, the Zangor chest plate armor. I just didn't like them. I do have 6 of these, though. Which is maximum small squad size. I was thinking for the defilers, because I do think I have my 1 defiler conversion that I'm like, alright, that's cool. But if I could get good parts or some visual aesthetic things off of like maybe Etsy, I don't know. Let me see if I can find the model and show you guys here in a second. Just get this trimmed. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just holding off at this point for a possible new defiler. Because again, the Soul Grinder has the defiler's lower body with better armor plates. That's honestly the main thing they need to do about it. Let me see if I can find this. Tomb Kings. The problem is, I think it's maybe like the same price or possibly $5 cheaper. I don't really know. And there's a good chance the store near me, who has tons of these, might put them on sale. Boom. I don't think I have to do much to make this look decent. The problem is that the defiler is like, it's a lot wider on the base, and I don't think these are anywhere near the size. So it's a little problematic. Like, I like this as an idea. The upper half of the body. If I could attach that to, like, a really wide, spidery lower body, that'd be great. But that would be, like, infinite money. Right? Like, you're buying one of these for the upper half, and then you're finding something cool for the lower half every time. Like, maybe that, that beetle model. The one from the wind people, the elves in AOS. Do that as, like, the lower half with, like, the stag beetle, and then this thing comes up off of the top of the head. It'd be crazy. I might be getting someone to finally take me up on a commission painting. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see if he takes it up on it. He's trying to do a Wind Rider host. Oh, you'll like this. One of the guys there is like one of the top Eldar players in the country. Not like top, but he's up there. He's a really good player, all that stuff. And he, because he thought it would be funny as like a last hoorah, he played Court of the Young King. One of every aspect and an avatar. Yeah. I think he went undefeated. Let me pull up this list. He was like one of, I think he's the only Eldari player there. He might have been 2 Eldari players there. A lot of orcs, which I wish I went into any of the orcs with my list. It would have been so much better. I'm pretty sure this was him. Yeah, Tyler. Aspect host. Asaman, Avatar, Baharath, Fuegan, Janzar, Lycus, Mugen Ra, a Wave Serpent, Dark Reapers, Dire Avengers, Fire Dragons, Howling Banshees, Rangers, Shining Spears, Striking Scorpions, Swooping Hawks, Warp Spiders, 2 squads Warp Spiders, and that's his army. No AdMech. No one was doing AdMech, because you have to take out a mortgage if you don't own the stuff already to make a competitive AdMech list. Like, some of the Horde squads in that list, you can only buy 1 per box for, like, $40. I just wanted you to know he had 2 Warp Spiders and a Wave Serpent extra. And yeah, I think he... Did he win all 3 rounds? I know he... So one of the guys we went with went Kroot jail, and he got blown out by this guy. Like, he got absolutely decimated. It was like 30 to 100. Beat Kroot jail. Warp Spiders were just... You say that. One of the Warp Spider squads fully killed an entire Kroot squad in one go. Like, it annihilated most of this guy's stuff. Why does it not give me win-loss ratings here? Oh yeah, he won. He won the whole thing. He was number one. He beat everyone. He got an 100, a 92, and a 90. All wins. His 92 was against Crute Jail. Well, it's with Crute Jail, it's quantity. Because he had like 100% maximum carnivores. And he just filled... He's supposed to fill the field with all of it. And then it's cool, like, you can kill him. It'll take you a while. But then he just kept spiking the sustains on his warp spiders, and it didn't matter. Like, he'd take like 20 attacks to 40 in no time and just kill everything. It was wild times. I am hoping that what I'm about to do is what's supposed to happen here. I figured out, I played a little routine off stream for the gaming side over on Twitch. And I figured out what I was missing from the one mission we were playing. Apparently a lot of the stuff in the mission involves things that hang from the ceiling that you can push. And I didn't know the door was that way, because I clicked to open the door and it just like stayed there, and I was like, that's weird. And then I crawled through it and it pushed through it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's it. And I realized this because the enemy in this level is supposed to be invisible. So there's a lot of things in this level, like falling water, plastic hanging from the ceiling. What's up, Blaze? Oh, what's up, Fat Mans? Oh, geez. Reinstalling Windows. But yeah, so they have all these things set up in the level that hang from the ceiling so that you know it's coming. And they have, the only way you can physically see it is with a device that you have that's like lower frame rate than the world around you. So you're just like, have this little pistol gun with a tiny little screen on it, and you're just like, ah, is he over there? Can't wait to get back into it. I'm glad the game didn't end with us just turning off the AI in the place. I think maybe they want you to kind of glue them in first and then glue the weapon on, which seems psychotic. No, this is a Morghast. I'm building 2 Morghasts as my second Demon Princes with wings. It's these guys. They're the same size as the Demon Prince with wings. They have wings. You just need to shave them down so that when you put them in these little back rungs, they go out instead of back. think we'll do all right with them. We're gonna paint them to look like energy, because I want them to look and feel like my Demon Prince maybe is like under the influence of like a mirror image spell to create other ones. Yeah, I guess we'll go with the spear. I think this one will look good with a spear. And then we'll do the swords for the other one. So what do we need? We need 70. And either 71 or 72. I'm gonna go with this one. Well, I think it's all just down to Grotmas detachments. That's what everyone wants. As long as you get one you want. So looking forward to the potential EC one. But mostly that data slate. The data slate coming up is supposed to be really good. Like, I say good. I mean, really shifty for the meta. Like, we're probably going to see some fairly decent shifts. At least in, like, underpowered teams suddenly coming up and being contenders. Potentially. Didn't Tau already get a Grotmas? So you're in the same boat as Thousand Suns, where you're just not going to get one. Well, I know CSM pack-bound elites are pretty good. The whatever the pack-bound zealots. We'll have to see. I like the flavor of the Night Lord detachment they just gave us. I also, at the same time though, don't think it's gonna get too far in most tournaments. I just really like the flavor. I love the fact that its detachment rule is, hey kids, do you like Chaos Knights? Do you just want all the Chaos Knight good abilities from turn 1? Here you go. Upgraded aura size, -1 to leadership like it has built in. Battle shocks forced on anyone below starting strength. +1 to wound if you're below half or whatever. Like it's all just better. It's all of the Chaos Knight ones all off the rip. And I think that's kind of funny. You'll get your Iron Warriors in up 10.5 or 11 or whatever the next edition is going to be numbered at. Iron Wars. Perturabo appears. Yeah, with tons of built-in potential for uppy downy, a lot of upgrades specifically for jump pack lords, because, I mean, I still hear that not a lot of people play jump pack lords, which I kind of get. What's up, dude? Thank you. I do want to... I keep saying it, and then I keep not doing it, but I do want to get back into video making. I do want to get back into, like, kill team stuff, but I got to figure out a better way to do it. But hopefully at least the basic rules are good enough to keep people checking stuff out. And then maybe one day, I'll be able to figure out a decent type of video to put out to, like, show people cool things. Ugh. Oh, here comes the hell for this thing. Oh, it wasn't even the main one that fell off. It was the frickin' under part that was glued in that fell off. I feel like they're going to try stuff. You can see that they're trying more things with Battle Shock, which, I mean, if you talk to anyone who plays the game heavily, is like, Battle Shock's whatever. No one cares. And I think there's like a part of Games Workshop right now that's like, we need to make them care about Battle Shock. We want it to matter. We want it to have value. We just need to find a way to make it have value. I think is kind of their goal. I think I might need to use the plastic melt stuff. Yeah, there's no way. These suck, dude. And then we might stop. I think this is the oh no, I gotta do the head and the wings. But I'm gonna let this settle, because this basically just turns all of that plastic into one giant block of plastic. We'll go from there. That's the problem that people have. There should be a level of like a test that changes when you come out of Battle Shock, right? Going into Battle Shock should be scary, as opposed to just like, whatever. But I think in the current state, it's just so that, like, oh, I need to control this objective to get my points for my mission. So if I just battle shock your Terminator squad that's sitting on it, I won't have to kill them all. So if I have 10 things that I can do to reduce your battle shock leadership by like 7, and then I force you to get hit with it, like, that's cool. I'll do that. But it's such a dumb way to do it, because then you're like, cool, I got my points, and then the Terminators are still there and they just kill you. But we were talking at the store, and it was you should have to test to get out of battle shock. It should be once you're in battle shock, you have the marker, and then every command phase you have to take the test to see if you're out of it. And if you're above half strength, you don't have to keep taking the test. But when you go below half, yes, you have to keep taking the test. But getting stuck in battle shock is scary. So when a Tyranid army warp screams and half your army goes into battle shock, you have to be like, uh-oh. like right? Like, you're in like that state of like, oh no, I'm gonna get outscored. But they, of course, they should have some kind of counterplay for it where you can maybe do something to help outside of just the 1 CP, one guy per game doesn't have to take the test and just becomes good. Right? Like, definitely figure out a good counterplay, but make it so that you have to just, like, once you're in, you're like, oh god, I gotta get out, or I'm gonna be screwed for a good chunk of this game because these are all my mechanics units. It makes sticky more important, because if half your stuff is sticky, it also makes banners more important, because banners are OC that is separate from your squad. Your squad gets debuffed to 0 for OC, and if you have a banner, you are now 1 OC. On that squad, you are 1 OC. So you can still hold points with battle shock squads. That is currently how that works. And it gives more importance to banner bearers. Oh, I forgot to glue the tail in. Because Zangors have banner bearers that I think do that, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm cool with you battle shocking my Zangors. I'll still hold points. And then if you get bonuses for battle shocking me, oh, good for you. That's good. That's fine. +1 wound, +1 hit, whatever. Make my guys hit worse. Sure, cool. But make me have to test to get out of it, and not just be like, and I'm out. I mean, when they gave us the tokens in that initial box they sent out, where they were like, these are the battle shock tokens, they'll be important for your game, I thought like they would be. But they're really just not. You can kind of just not care about it if you don't want to. Alright, I think we try the spear again. I think I tried the spear with the plastic, though. Because it wasn't sticking that quickly. I love when they make you glue the arms on first and then the hands. It's a great feeling when the wrists don't match up. Which means I'm probably gonna have to snap one of these arms. should do with maybe... Ah, come on. It's one of those days. There we go. Just don't slide out. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm saying once you're in, you gotta get out. Like, you don't just get out for free. You gotta get out. That's literally it. That would change the game to make it so much more, like, brawly. And then it makes the armies that rely so hard on Battle Shock, like Chaos Knights, like the new Night Lord's detachment, it would make... So, the Thousand Suns Hellbrute, the whole purpose of it is if it shoots you and you're near a sorcerer, you have to take a leadership at -1. That makes that good. Because now, I'm just like, oh, cool, I'm just going to shoot a bunch of units with my Hellbrute in, like, a spray and see what happens. And then if you have to take a bunch of Battle Shocks and you fail them all at -1, haha. And then I just run at you with frickin' Mutilith Vortex Beast, forcing it even further. Oh, you're talking more on, like, the triggered effect ones? I could see that. That'd be a good middle ground. So, since the tournament I went to involved people who actually, like, play heavily in the competitive scene, and they usually get info beforehand of releases and news updates. Rumor was the only one that I really heard was that Lords of Changes and some of the Chaos Tzeentch Demon stuff is going to change, because in meta, like, Tzeentch Demons are just like nothing. Like, they're just so far behind every other faction. The function that they bring to the table is just not worth it. So, the one thing I heard was at the very least we're going to get something like a flat damage on Lords of Change. It'll be like a flat 3. These are AOS models being used in 40k. And then we have to build some other 40k models. And interestingly, the person I bought the Screamers from decided he also hated the flying bases. So these are all pre-built, pre-glued. I just have to tape the flight base stuff here, like the actual flight stand, so that the airbrush doesn't hit them, and then we can just paint them. So I don't even have to build these. They're all good. Victory. And I think I bought, it was a buy two get one is how he priced it out. It's pretty legit. But these are going to be my DP with wings replacements. So I can have 2 of these alongside my actual one for my Thousand Suns Grot Mist detachment. I need to get masking putty, which I think, I mean, I have an art store near me. I just gotta go find them. But I have a lot of blue tape, so. No, yeah, you use putty, blue tack, any of it. I just don't have it. I have this like weird orange stuff that I thought was like archival tack, but it leaves a lot of residue when I use it. I feel like every time I've used it, I've always had to like wash the surface off to get the rest of it off, which is not good. But at least with fight stands, I just got to get masking tape, like the blue tape. Just do, cut it in half, rip it in half, top, bottom, done. That's it. That's all I got to do. The Screamers shouldn't take long to paint. The first ones I did, it's a white primer. You pick a undercolor to hit them with, or technically an all-over cover, or all-over color. The ones I have are magenta. I might do different for these. And then you do teal, like a so flat, or not a so flat, but a high flow teal, because it's very high opacity, and you just hit them from the front with the teal, and then you're basically done. I just have to go in and paint fluorescent green on all the eyes and horns, and I'm pretty much set on those guys. So the Screamers will be quick, and then if they buff the Lords of Change stats universally, not just for the Demons detachment, I might try to figure out a fun Thousand Suns Demon combo involving a lot of Screamers. Alright, let's pick the head. I don't know, maybe we don't headdress. We can take a look at it though. But yeah, tournament was good. I mean, I didn't win too. I won the painting stuff. I was 1-2, like I was saying. Not great scores into the Death Guard. Well, I lost by 2 to the Death Guard. Okay. I have this kind of crappy tendency for me competitively to help players that I'm going against. Because, to be particular, this Death Guard player I went against has never played Death Guard before. And he was trying to get into it. And the people that worked at the store who were his friends gave him a Death Guard army. Because he kept asking stuff, and like every time I would hit him with like 3 damage weapons into his feel no pain squads, he would be like, he would pick up the dice. The first time he did this, I noticed it, and I was like, I have to say something. I can't not say something. So I shot him with the 3 damage sound cannons into a squad of poxwalkers I could see. So I told him, I was like, 2 hits, 3 damage per. And he went, oh, okay. Picked up 6 dice all at once, rolled them all at once. And I was like, that's not how that works. I mean, granted, in your head, you can just pick them up. Because it's like, how are you going to roll, what is it, 3 5s or 3 6s or whatever it is you need to prevent the damage? Like, good luck. Statistically, you can just decide that doesn't work and just pick them up. But he rolled it. He got like 1 feel no pain. And he went, well, that's 5 then. And then he picked up 5 poxwalkers. And I was like, no. So like part of me should have been like, oh well, he got it wrong, right? But then the other part of me was like, you've never rolled a feel no pain before. Let me show you some stuff. There were 2 of those people. One of the guys I played last. It was like the first time he's ever played a game. He was like, I just like painting. And I was like, that's cool. But he didn't know how to do like saves and feel no pains. So it's like, oh no. 3rd game of the day and you still don't know how to do this? No. Someone's shredding you. It's just in my head, like, so these are, one of them, I think both of them actually, were friends with the people that run these events. You'd think they'd let them know these things. Alright, so we either, I'm kind of okay just doing, oh my god, there's a tiny point to glue the head to. I'm kind of okay just doing, the skull head only. Let's take a look at what the helmet looks like, though. But like by game 3, he still didn't know how the one player I played at the end didn't know how feel no pain works still, and I was like, uh-oh. That's not good. I did make a huge mistake in my 3rd game, though. I moved my Noise Marines out. I had to advance them to get to the distance. To see one of, like, the really big squads he had in mid. And I had Fulgrim standing out in mid with him. So I was, like, super burned out. And we went to shooting phase. And I shot with Fulgrim first. And Fulgrim didn't advance. So I could have very easily fully shot with my Noise Marines into that squad to like get rid of almost all of them. And then I could have shot something else with Fulgrim. If I don't know why my brain was like, we need to poison these guys. Really didn't need to poison them. You say it seems insane, but that's Rogue Trader tournaments. Like, again, we have a lot of top-end world players near here. And every Rogue Trader tournament I go to, there's always at least 1 or 2 people who are just like, I just got this army together. I want to see how it works. You're like, really? Today? see how this looks. Because I don't know. I guess the other question is, if I put this together without putting it on the head, can I pop it on the head later if I like it? Because if I want to do this one, I want to do it as armor and not energy. Which means I gotta hit it with like the black primer and gold and stuff, which is the other way to go with this color scheme. Oh, you can. Straight up. Let's toss that in the armor pile then. Yeah, there's a tiny single dot you glue that head into. It's literally a single vertebrae back there. Doesn't touch anywhere else. This is a hard tap away from falling off. All right, wings number 1 and 2. Let's figure out if I can get rid of the ghost stuff at the bottom of it. I also want a grill, or a griddle. The weirdest door prize of all time. So they had a 40k starter set, which is always a weird thing to have at a tournament, as one of the prizes you can get. They had a battle foam bag, though. That was pretty cool. It was one of the good ones, too. It's the outer part of the bag is soft, but then it had the inner frame. So it's built around one of those like multi-rack frames that have metal bases. So it's magnet-based. Not actually like the foam where you put it in and then it, you know, destroys your paint jobs over time. It was actually like a decent, interesting, like holds an army kind of rack that you could also carry as a backpack. So that was a cool one. And then there was just a 22-inch propane-powered griddle. And that's what I got. So I need to get rid of this. But maybe we do it in a fun and interesting way. Where we clear it maybe down here. Yeah. Because normally these go straight back. But I want them, I think it goes this way for this one. But I want them out. Like, I want them out like this. DP with wing style. And then I grab my putty and we'll make some stones. Oh, Ran, if you're still there. Has anyone, I mean, I'm assuming no, but has anyone said anything about when they're going to be showing up this week to do stuff? That way I can try to, like, schedule around them showing up so we can all just, like, chill and do stuff. Damn. So Jack's all in. What about Max? And maybe I can message Aaron and see if he's got a specific day. Because I know he said this weekend was going to be rough. But if he was like, oh, but I could do Tuesday or something. He said it was going to be rough. Did he change? Oh my god, I've touched the head and it's already starting to move. A casual yes. 'Cause maybe if I power through these guys and get them built in like a couple days, I could have some more fun stuff to take over. We can try things out. Yeah, normally these wings go straight back, but this is how we're doing them. I want to do them side to side. So let's try. We got a little bit of that in. We'll also do this. I'm going to double glue. Double glaze. No. Need paper clip. Because I gotta help my parents install a gasket replacement for a fridge. For like the door. That's about it. What is happening with this glue? It shouldn't be solidifying this quickly. Yeah, you'll have your dreads. You've got your vindicator. You gonna get executioners or anything? Yeah, the Glad Lancer. Oh, what do you mean no dreads? I thought you had like 3 ballistuses. Are you gonna get the part swap outs? You gonna look into Etsy to try to be able to like swap them to like Brutalises or whatever? Yeah, I heard they were actually just like pop on. I was talking to Max about it. He was like, yeah, they just pop on. I was like, what? Never glue. Ever. Because I think I was looking around at Etsy options when Jack was there. And, like, they had some really good ones. Like, full Blood Angel style. Yeah. I gotta stop touching the head. I feel it move every time I touch it. No, please stop. Stop churning. Ugh. one's probably gonna need to get pulled up a little bit. It's gonna have to dry like slightly up here. I need room for the shoulder armor. Alright, let me grab the giant thing of putty that I have. Just gotta remember what side I put it on. Sure, I still had a boatload of putty. Nah. And now we get into sculpting. We might also have to potentially not do this right away and have to order. Oh no, it's okay. Ah. Might be too old. It's not really combining. Well, I can order the putty. We'll just build the other guy. When the hell did I order this? Holy crap, one model just took me almost 3 hours to build. No. Putty, putty, putty. It's the airbrush cleaner. I think I bought it around then. Good shaping putty. For miniatures. Milliput, that's what it is. Boom. It'll be here Tuesday. By now. All right. We're not going to worry about the stones then. We'll just keep building. But yeah, this is kind of the basics. And then once we get the base color on, we'll get some glue down, and then armor plates will go on. What's up, Taco Man? This is a Morghast from the Ozark Bone Reapers that we will be using as a sort of demon prince with wings for my Thousand Sons. I ordered some Milliput because the Milliput I have is apparently not good. The idea is to build up the Milliput on the base so that it looks like he's on a stone, just like how the standard demon princes with wings look. So there'd be like a stone coming up under this foot, and then a stone that's kind of just behind this foot. So we just Milliput it up. I could technically use the wiring that I have, and we could sort of preemptively get it on wire, but I don't think I need to. I think we'll be fine with the Milliput. We gotta build another, though. And one of them just took me 3 hours to build, so... I think the other one we build is gonna use the swords instead. I'm also going to spend some time, probably off stream, looking through my Thousand Sun parts to see if there's anything that stands out that's like, oh, this would look really cool on him. And it's, you know, already Thousand Sun based, so works out. And then we have 2 sector box robots to build. So 4 robots in total. Which hopefully don't take as long as these. Because these are very crazy. Super multi-layered. With components that are actually not well thought out. Like there's joints on here that are double layered. With a lot of like space in between them. It's like a lot of the elements of these are kind of being held together by like a paperclip. But made of plastic. Which is not good. Yes, I played in a tournament yesterday. Three rounds. Started at 11, ended at 10:30. Went 1 and 2, so better than expected with the list that I had in the current meta. But I wish I did better in some of the other rounds. It was good. The venue was awesome. It's a sort of, it's like a card and tabletop store that like, it's designed so well. Like it's super modern. And then their gaming space in back is just actually really cool. It was kind of awesome. There's a big TV at the far end of the gaming area. And whatever event is going on, that's what's on the TV. And what they do is, if the tournament has like a time frame, right? Like we had, I think, 2.5-hour rounds or something. 3-hour rounds, I think it was. Or games, rather, not rounds. That would actually be in a timer in a box underneath. So like at any point in time during the tournament, you could look over and just look at the TV and be like, oh, we gotta get moving. So that was pretty cool. The #1 Chaos Knights player in the world was there. A pretty top tier Eldari player was there. He won the whole thing. He won the whole thing with the memeiest of lists, too. Like, he won. Like, everyone was going hardcore. You know, best unit spam, stat checky list. And he was just like, I'm just going to build something fun. And he won with it. Let's try to figure this out. It's super annoying every time. I think it's this way. That doesn't seem right. No, it's gotta be this way. No. Maybe it is this way. I mean, it feels memey. He just kind of threw it together. It's not his normal list. He just kind of looked at his collection and was like, let's do that. Let's play that today. It was awesome. I feel like I might have pissed a bunch of people off, though. I was walking around, and I know, like, they did the paint contest. I didn't expect the paint contest. I put Fulgrim into the paint contest, my Fulgrim. And I was just like, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And the whole time I was wandering around, like, between games, there are people, like, he was like, I put my avatar in for that. I hope I win. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's what kind of made it worse when I found out that the judge of the event was, like, a person from my store that we, like, go to often. I was like, oh, this can't be good. This doesn't feel flush ever. I'm trying to find... I think it's here. I think this is the angle. I think this is it. But I don't want to glue it in and then find out this is wrong. Because holy crap. I think it's supposed to be this way. Oh, maybe. Oh, I think I found it. Yeah, I think this is it. It's weird, but I think this is it. But yeah, that was, I guess, among those players who kind of do get a little bit of a heads up from Games Workshop with changes coming out for data slates. It was interesting things for Zinchi style demons was what I got from them, but also Eldar. It sounds like they might be getting slapped down a little bit. That's why he kind of did it. I think he considered it like the last hurrah before he's really going to need to change some stuff up. Oh god, they they didn't do the numbers properly. I'm gonna assume it's this one. We'll double check that in a second. Yep, this should be the right one. We're gonna use the plastic sealy. Because hopefully this is better than just glue. So much detail in these freaking Skelly models. They're so good. Okay. That's just the upper body. It's literally just the chest. So much work. 18 and 20. this is just the neck. I'm not sure how this is supposed to go. There we go. I think. Yeah. Oh, I have not looked at the new Heresy ad mech. I guess they just announced it. Throne of Necromunda. What the hell? Oh, here we are. Ad mech through the years. I guess this is just artwork. No reveals. Oh, yo, this one guy from the Throne of Necromunda. Azostium Aranthus. That looks ridiculous. Got some squats. Legion Imperialis. Oh, a couple weeks ago. Maybe? Maybe I saw it already then? It would be under Horus Heresy. The Myrmidons? Ooh, these would have actually made really good Sectar robots. I mean, sort of good Sectar robots. They definitely feel newer. I see what you're saying. They don't feel as, like, duct taped together. $634. Yo, you talk to Max and tell him to buy... What? Wait, his unpainted? So is it like... Because his Mortarian's painted. Is he still keeping like a chunk of his Death Guard? Oh, so yeah, like extra stuff that he just kind of has. I thought he had more than that. I mean, I guess not. Cause I thought he said he had a pretty big collection of Death Guard. I don't know if that actually meant like real big or like big for an individual that doesn't play Death Guard. It's one or the other. It's like Death Guard are good. Well, for now. We'll see what happens after the data slate. Because I don't think the base is designed to properly fit any of this. It's like midsection. I'm gonna... Okay. Yeah. Get that paste in there. That's how we do it. Plasty paste. $27, $28. Do you know which character? Well, I guess he's keeping the characters, or are some of them what he's offloading? Because it sounds like you're getting people, like people and Terminators. I'm trying to think of what's good. I know there's one detachment that's pretty good with that. Because you can kind of like turn on full rerolls for a Death Guard squad. So you get a Death Guard squad with like all the meltas and everything, and then you just wreck someone with it for a command point. You get something like full rerolls into units that I believe are afflicted, so you just run over to a unit, hop out of a Rhino, and just unload. So, one of the guys from the store does a trick with that list involving a Land Raider. It's a bit risky, but the ploy where you roll the amount of wounds you're missing to do mortals to a target and then try to heal them back. He basically just waits for his Land Raider to get like really low. And he just runs over and like one-shots one of your things. What do the Hellbrutes do for Death Guard? Did they still prime Affliction, or did they change it? I don't think there's value in that anymore, though, regardless. I know there's one where you can, if you prime with the Affliction with that, the Death Shroud should be able to come in off of it. But there's the one detachment where you just, like, hand Afflictions out. That way you can do it anyway. Yeah, right now, Hellbrutes are best, and I feel like probably top tier. Nah, top tier would be Chaos Space Marine, because they work in a lot of the different detachments because of the whole, like, you get both upgrade situations. And then second up is specifically, I want to say, Gore Track. For world leaders. And that's about it. Beyond that point, they're just not really worth. Yeah, let me check out Waha. Death Guard. Time is it? 5:19. Hellbrute. Each time a model makes an attack that targets an afflicted unit. Each time this model, add 1 to the wound roll. It's a good melee brawler. Probably not worth the points, though, but it is a good melee brawler, because in melee, your enemy is afflicted. So if you're rocking... Let's say you do my combo, where you go Power Scourge and Fist. You're doing, like... You're either doing 2-ups to wound into tanks with the Hellbrute Fist, or you're doing... 2-ups to wound into, like, anyone with the Power Scourge at either 10 attacks or 7 attacks. No, yeah, Termies are decent. I feel like this is the... You want to go a Fist and a Hellbrute Hammer combo. That way you get 6 attacks with a Hellbrute Hammer, and you're, like, mostly always rolling 2s to wound anything. For the D6 plus 1 damage. But then, do they have a Mauler Fiend, or is this why this is the way that it is? They don't have a Mauler, do they? They don't have any Fiends. Yeah, they don't have any Fiends. That's why they did it. This is basically just kind of brings it up to par with kind of a Mauler Fiend. Just with less wounds, less toughness, less movement. 7-inch move, though, on a Hellbrute for Death Guard. I mean, I know they normally move 8, but, like... Eh. Did Max have a Demon Prince with on foot specifically? Not with wings. The ones on wings aren't that good, but the ones on foot are freaking god tier in Death Guard. They get the lone op function, and then they themselves, I think, are like T12. Yeah, they're just T12. It's a fucking T12 10 wound guy with a 2+ save and a 4+ invulnerable. And they also get the once per battle round reduction of CP cost. And I think they can point at a unit for like rerolls or something. Guard unit within 6 inches model. Each time a ranged attack, that unit models in that have benefit of cover against that attack. Oh, maybe that's what he was doing. He was doing the free CP action at me. If he can get his hands on one Demon Prince of Nurgle. It doesn't even need to be a Demon Prince. I think almost every person I've ever seen run a Demon Prince of Nurgle has done like some weird thing where they take like parts of something and they just make it look like weird and just put it on one of these. This is a Demon Prince base. They just call it a day. This feels weird. Why does this look like this? He doesn't have the best defensive option, but free CP usage. You try to want to... If you have access to it, you want it in your army. And the fact that Death Guard get access to it, and they usually have really good ploys. Like, that's what you want. I mean, worst case scenario, I already had these two bases from when I bought them before. If we just find a model that looks cool as a Demon Prince on foot for Nurgle, I've got more of them. So we just now just glue it to it. We could tell them to buy a bunch of green stuff and we could just putty, turn one out of putty into like an actual thing. I think I have, actually. I have Blight King body parts still. And if we green stuff enough of them together, it should be big enough to be a Demon Prince with wings. Or on foot, rather. Because DP with wings for Nurgle is, like, probably not something you want. I feel like they did something weird here. Like, why do these not line up? Oh. It's because it's the wrong bone. He jump, he leap. Get this all put over here. 56, 52. So that's that one. Oh, I feel like we're getting close. So we're into swords for this guy. Got the spear on the one, we'll do swords on the other. Vestigial tail. Alright, which swords do I want? I like the ones with the faces on. They all have the faces. Nice. Ooh. Those are pretty cool. Double blades. Let's get his helmet put together. Oh. I still have 4 robots to build before I can start painting. No. At least I don't get the mill putt till Tuesday. So I'm not that worried. Because they're going to need to be mill putted beforehand. What do we need to do? Just the head and wings? Head and wings. Oh, crap. Oh no, still together. All the armor pieces will just go there. Oh yeah, at the tournament I was using my little blue dice for like the bulk of it. And they were just completely shafting me. Right? And then in the last game, I was like, you know what, let me switch over to the larger dice. Let's see if that even matters. I started actually getting good rolls. Like, against the Knights player I played into in second round, I remember I was given a good opportunity to do, like, a bunch of damage. Like, a bunch of damage. Turn the head. And he was like, yeah, this will do. I was like, man, I just don't roll well. And he was like, nah, man, you got this one. Like right here. He was like, this should be enough. I've got 4 wounds left. And I was like, incoming 1 damage. And then I rolled 1 damage. He was like, oh, dude. I was like, yeah, I know. I know, and that's the problem. Like, I know the dice work. Like, I know they're not, like, crazy. But, man, it really does feel like there's, like, good days and bad days for those dice. But yeah, that was when I switched over dice and I ran in a little too early and didn't do the right things. And then my last game, I was like, well, hopefully I save enough. Yeah, I did. I made like 44 up saves. I think I missed like 3 and it wasn't enough damage. Versus multiple rounds of, man, I hope I do 3 out of the 10 damage I'm supposed to do here. Oh, I did none. Cool. I think in total I threw like 5 grenades and did 1 damage out of all of them. It was absolutely insane. Yeah, like, it just kept happening. And the problem is going forward, those memories are going to make me not want to roll for grenades anymore. So I'm never going to, like, use grenades in situations where maybe it is worthwhile. And then into the Knights player, I had a full round of almost 2 full squads of sustain 5 noise range shooting at 1 Lancer, right? Just 1 Lancer. That's all I was shooting at the whole time. Did nothing. Ran in with my Demonettes, did like 7 mortals. No, it's gotta be this one. Oh, I gotta stop grabbing the head. I read JPI and I know what that acronym. I know it exists, but I haven't I haven't directly connected it to anything. So hang on. Because when I see it, I look over and I think my first thought is JOI. I didn't know Jack was on Rand's computer. Oh, okay. Sword Prince. For painting? Is that what you're doing? Painting? Maybe jump packs, right? Because infiltrators have like little satchels and shit, don't they? Whereas the jump packs are just like more of the same color. Or are you doing... How are you doing it? You doing the full red for the jump packs? Because you're going to be doing black for the Death Company, so you might as well leave the regulars all red. Oh, building. Maybe infiltrators. Alright. 2 winged DPs. Ready for the milliput to show up. Wait, you doing both in black? You doing your Death Company and regular in full black? I need to see what these look like. Holy crap, it's 1 sprue. Wow, they don't even... They're not even like, yo dog, do you want a melta or a flamer? They're literally just like, give them 1 gun. And then you'll just pick and choose what you want. Oh god, they do really look like just a tiny little whatever mech on the back. 6. I might off stream these. Because, I mean, 1 sprue each. That's not a big deal. But I do need to eat. I'm getting hungry. My spicy corn and kielbasa. It's kind of calling to me. But yeah, I might off stream these so I can get some other stuff done tomorrow and not have to stream necessarily. Good builds today, though. Good builds. My DP with wings and spear. And my DP with wings and sword. The weapons don't matter here. They don't change the statting at all. It's just a matter of, like, having different visualizations. So I could be like, oh, by the way, the sword guy has this, right? The idea is full energy. We're going to pick colors like magenta and blue or something. Like, they're just going to look like energy. And then the armor platings are going to be the gold, and then it's going to be the yellow and blue. Or purple and white, depending on which one I want to do. So the armor is at least, like, physical looking versus the bodies, which will just look magical. Should be fun. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling. I'm going to try to figure out if I got a day this week I can just pop over. But yeah. Till next time, guys. Later.